About some class on a golf course.
Ooh. Yeah.
This past weekend, we were introduced to a man that obviously none of us knew. This guy was a course pro, a PGA professional in California. Then he came second in the tournament or number one overall in the overall series or whatever. Absolute stud. And then he stole all of our hearts when not only did he perform at a level in which the professionals would be honored to perform at, but because of the way he handled it all with incredible class and a sly confidence that was worthy of saying that dude's charisma is fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, our new favorite golfer, Michael Block.
Yeah!
What's up, dude?
What's going on, boys? How you doing?
Hey, not as good as you, I don't think, but I will let you know this. Watching all weekend, as we all do with golf, the way you handled it all was fantastic. You never seemed to be, you're always super thankful for the moment. It felt genuine. It felt like you loved the sport, loved the game. You were very thankful, but you weren't scared either. Hey, you weren't fucking scared either, which is why I think we all loved everything about it. So thank you for your service.
Hell yeah.
This past weekend. When you're in there, what are your thoughts as it's starting to get built up? Because I think a lot of people were expecting maybe the pressure to mount too much and you to change the way you play. Have you always been this way? And what were the thoughts going into Saturday and into Sunday in a real conversation there?
Well, I'm glad I didn't look scared because I definitely was, first off. But, yeah, I was definitely crapping my pants out there, man. But, no, in reality, it was my game. It's just my normal game. And I've learned over the last about year to just be yourself. And it's really helped me under those moments when I'm playing against the best players in the world. Because normally I play like that, but then I come play against the tour pros and I play like crap. So it's changed a lot. It's huge. I played with Rory and Justin on the weekend. They were both class acts and super cool to me, which is huge, right? I mean, if I played with, I don't know who's not nice out here, but if I was with one of them, it probably would have been maybe a little different. But I was out there and the Rochester fans, I wanted to make the putts and the shots for the fans. I mean, I wanted to hear the roar. I'm usually the fan. I'm usually the guy out there drinking the beer, watching the athletes, right? And I've made that comparison a lot where it's, you guys were just talking about hockey. It's like literally like one of the fans up there drinking a beer and the coach calls them out of the stands. Hey, come down here. And we got a penalty shot in the seventh game of the Stanley Cup and you score. I mean, that's what golf gives you, and it's unlike any other sport.
So the NHL had a goalie that was a janitor who was put into a game out of relief like a few years back. I think you let one in and then nothing afterwards or whatever. So I respect and appreciate your analogy there because I guess there's a little bit different. Like, he had talent. That's why he was the emergency. You have so much talent. And I actually talked about this while your story was developing. It's like, I feel like I've had a chance to go to a lot of courses that have the pro there. And I normally try to strike up a conversation or I see them on the range and they're fucking hitting everything. It's like the swing is perfect. And I go, hey, why aren't you, like, just as a amateur and a noob and everything, I'm like, why aren't you like in the pros? It's so much different. It's so much different. Is that a real thing? Is that what you guys tell yourself? Or like, what is the big difference between the way, I guess you hit the ball lower than the other people? Like, I was trying to figure out why you can't do this every fucking weekend now. Honestly, I'm trying to figure that out.
No, I mean, last weekend I was making a ton of putts the first 3 holes. That putter's a weapon of mine. I think I was 6th overall for the tournament in putting. So when you putt really well, I mean, you can save rounds. You don't have to play great to shoot a 70. And then when you do play great, you're going to shoot something in the mid-60s. So that thing saved my butt so many times, it's crazy. So having that thing's huge. I don't drive it that far, compared to these guys. Like, if you saw me drive, you'd be like, holy crap. Yeah, he bombs it. But compared to these guys out here, Rory absolutely was crushing it by me, and I was just, ignoring it. I'm lucky enough to have a kid. My 18-year-old hits it 60 yards by me every night of my life. So I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with the shortness at this point.
Yeah, you don't get intimidated by the show. All good. Don't be sorry about anything. You're good. You're handling it perfectly. Look at you. You just hit the fuck you button on whoever that was. Now you're right back in it. You done great. I mean, you're handling this thing perfectly. But I understand the distance might be different. But, like, it feels like every shot you had to hit, you hit. That up and down on 18 with, like, 15th overall for you to be in next year's tournament, which I assume you knew that rule whenever you're going into this. You being able to hit that with all those people, you didn't know that.
I would have missed the putt. I wouldn't have gotten up and down in 17 and 18 if I would have known where I was. Yeah.
No, come on. Give yourself more credit. You're a fucking player, Mike. You're a player.
No, I mean, no. Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. I really don't know. I was not looking at leaderboards during the week. I didn't want to get caught up in that and get ahead of myself, because I've gotten ahead of myself a lot in the past, and it's never been a good thing, ever. So I was really trying to be present and in the moment. And I'm telling you, I was more all about, I wasn't thinking about the money or, oh, is this putt worth this or that? It was about, man, those fans were absolutely fun. And as a sports, a fan that like I am, I'm a fan of everything in sports. And for me to be there and to have them cheering for me, I didn't care what it was for, honestly. I just wanted to make the putt because I knew they were going to go nuts.
Man, knowing that moment is on the horizon is an incredible piece of self-awareness. That shot on 18, for you to do that when you're surrounded by the fans that you're playing for, that's like a really symbolic moment. I assume that poster is going to be a good one. I hope you have it up in your office. And speaking of office, before the boys have some questions, we did some math. Okay, we did some math. And I know in the interview you did while you were walking and talking, so cool. Handled that easily, by the way. Mm-hmm. Then actually hit a good shot afterwards. Yep. As opposed to like clearing the green, waiting, duffing one with all eyes on. You actually did, and I think you birdied while you're doing talk. You got it. You're a dog, dude. You need to know you're an absolute dog. You won $288. I
appreciate that.
Hey, no problem. You won $288,000. Okay? Congratulations. We're not pocket watching, but kind of. So
we are.
You said you don't have to do as many lessons anymore because you've won a couple golf tournaments that's been able to make up for some of the lessons time. Well, let's just say you were still doing lessons. $150 lessons, right? Each an hour long. That would be 1,920 lessons is what you would have had to do to win that $288,000, earn that $100. That is 115,200 minutes, okay, of working to get that $288,000, which would be a 80-day straight period of giving lessons in that entire thing. And now you place 15th in a tournament with the greatest golfers in the world, and you make that. You should be incredibly proud of yourself, man. Honestly, from a professional standpoint, you should be proud of yourself. And also, why didn't we do this a long time ago? Why didn't we do this a long time ago? Why didn't we do it?
You sound like my wife now.
That's amazing. Dude. Why is it, though, you think?
It's been good. Well, I was trying to act unlike me. When I played in, 22 of these PGA Tour events. I played in, I think, 5 other majors, and I was acting all stiff and quiet and trying to talk perfect when I was getting interviewed and trying to be this person that I'm not. And I'm like, a year ago, my wife's like, dude, what are you doing? She's like, just be you. You have fun. You like to talk. You like to shake hands. You like to give hugs. You like to party. You like to do things. So I'm just being me. That's all I'm doing. I'm just having fun as hell. And for some reason, people like that. So it's cool.
Yeah, you're a human.
I'm very honored.
You're a human out there.
Very honored to have it.
Yeah, you're a human out there, bro. That's what it felt like, the entire thing. It's like, hey, that's like, this is going to sound incredibly selfish, but it's real. Like, a lot of people, when they heard about me or learned about me whenever I was in the NFL, you hear a lot of people say, like, if my friend was in the NFL or if, like, somebody in my family was in the NFL, it'd probably be that dumbass right there. Like, watching you, I feel like a lot of it's not dumbass. I'm a different human than you. But watching you, it was like, hey, that guy loves the game of golf, has committed his entire life to golf. And it seems like he's an actual dude. Seems like an actual dude. Have a good time. It's like, that's one of us out there. Yeah. So, like, you did us great. And we were very, very happy that you were representing all of us.
Hell yeah.
Now, you're a much better golfer than all of us, too. You're a fucking, you're an absolute beast out there. But it was awesome to watch. Tone has a question for you.
Yeah, Michael, there was a rumor going around the internet that Netflix Full Swing was following you around this weekend. If so, if true, was that pre-planned before the tournament? Did that happen after round 1 when you were playing well? What was the situation with that?
Yeah, no, definitely not prior to the tournament. That's for darn sure. Basically that started rolling through into the weekend, and there's going to be definitely some really cool footage. I'm really excited to see that when I meet Rory in the locker room and certain things that happen throughout the day and the week. And yeah, it's going to be rad. When I'm sitting in my house in my couch watching Netflix and I see the full swing and I'm going to be on it, I'm just going to start bawling right there.
That's so, because your genuine love for golf came through in every single conversation. It's such a great sport. I think us living vicariously through you and then getting to see the behind the scenes as well, I assume we're going to all be like, yeah, I think that's what we would do if we were in that situation as well. Now, granted, once again, nowhere near as good a golfer as you are.
Nope.
Pac-Man Jones has a question for you, Mr. Block.
The hole-in-one. Did you know it was a hole-in-one? What was how did you figure that out? Because it was a good slam dunk.
Pac-Man, you know what? I didn't see anything. I'm 46 years old, turning 47 next month. I didn't see it. The crowd was on their feet before I even hit. So Rory hits, misses the green. They all
no big deal. No big deal. No big deal.
Yeah, they're all cheering. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, just hit the green. And so I had this gust of wind and it died. And I told my caddy, I'm going now, and because it was the right club then. And so I flighted it in there. It's going right at it. I can't see anything. And then the crowd cheers again. So I kind of take off my hat for a second, just like thank you. And all of a sudden, Rory turns around. He starts coming at me. He's got his arms up and gives me a hug. And he goes, "That went in the hole." And I'm just like, "You right there." And I'm like, "You have got to be kidding me right now." So, it's ridiculous. I would have been thrilled just to hit the green. And that thing absolutely dunked right in the hole. I've never done that in my entire life. It was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, we heard afterwards it was your first ever tournament hole-in-one or whatever, and it's like, of course, like what a weekend. What a weekend. There was another conversation right before the trophy ceremony that you had with the guy who won it. Connor, go ahead.
Yeah, Blocky, we saw Brooks kind of give you that one-on-one, you're buying drinks at the clubhouse after, but then there was also, while you were standing up there right before Brooks received his trophy, I believe it was after you already received yours. What was that interaction like, and did he invite you to go down to Florida to the Panthers game and the Heat game, or was that not part of it?
I didn't get invited, but to the game. But his boys were standing about 10 feet to the right of, so you probably couldn't see, and they were having a blast, and they've been having a blast all day. And I'm just like, and Brooks and I are talking, whatever else, and he's like, "Dude, we should hang." And like, basically, we would get along really well. I'm like, "I know, dude. He's just 20 years." He's just 20 years younger than me, so it's a little different on that. And so, they'd invite the old guys to the games and stuff like that. But I think I could hang with Brooks.
Yeah, I think that's why we all like you, man. And good luck this weekend. I'm hoping to see a similar outcome because you're a dog. You need to look in the mirror and realize you're a guy, bro, and you're the guy that we want to all see succeed very badly. We appreciate you. I think you have a Sports Center hit coming up in about a minute. You're the man, and you deserve all of this. You've earned all of this.
Much appreciated. Thanks for having me, guy. It's awesome. You guys rock. I'll hopefully be on down the road.
Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Block.
Yeah.